Hello everybody and welcome. I am Bricker Boom and today we're doing a requested run from a friend. Today we're gonna see if I can beat the game with a single Growlithe as requested by Late Night Candy, an amazing streamer and friend that I highly recommend you check out. She's a late night streamer, hence the name, and has honestly been so incredibly supportive of the channel. I cannot say enough things kindly about her. Growlithe is one of her favorites, so I figured I'd go ahead and give it a shot. On the face of things, we immediately will always think of Arcanine and its pretty beastly stats, but for Growlithe, it has a base stat total of 350, and it's not really great at anything. It's funny because its stats are actually pretty well spread out, and we do have the Intimidate ability, which is absolutely fantastic. We have a Quiet Nature, which increases special attack, but unfortunately it reduces our speed. The special attack boost is great, but I can see the lack of speed becoming something that hurts us towards the end, especially with fast Pokemon like Alakazam, Arcanine, and Aerodactyl. For a brief run of the rules, we can only use Growlithe in battle, though other Pokemon can be caught and used for HM use. No items can be used in battle, and I do allow rare candy level ups to be able to cut back on the grinding. We name the rival Boba, since Candy loves Boba, and then we go ahead and do the lab battle. This basically will give the rival Squirtle, since that'll be the hardest for us to fight against. We start out with Bite, and we do manage to flinch it, then take it to yellow with another. We do get hit with a weak tackle, and then manage to take it down a couple turns later to win the battle. After this, we can go ahead and complete the beginning game stuff, but I don't want to waste time attempting the optional rival battle just yet. With him having two Pokemon, we're outnumbered, first of all. They're also a higher level, and since we're not carrying around a legendary Pokemon anymore, it just makes sense to skip this for now. So we do go through the forest, because having Bite is great at the beginning of the game, and then on top of that, we also get Ember pretty quickly. It's a pretty easy journey. From there, we go ahead and double back to do the optional rival fight. Pidgey is first, and we start with Ember to take it to half. We do get hit with a small tackle, and then take it down next turn. From there, it's Squirtle, who we try Ember on at least to test damage, since our special is going to be better. We do get Tail Whipped, and then bite it below half. We make Squirtle flinch, then take it down the next turn with plenty of HP to spare. After that, we're able to go ahead and double back to Pewter City, and while the route that we use technically takes longer, the level up that you'll probably get off the rival and at least the extra EXP are always going to be worth it, at least in my opinion. With Brock, Geodude is out first, and we start with using Bite. Thankfully, we do get some decent flinch luck and only get tackled once. Next up is Onix, who oddly enough opens up with Bind, and we do begin biting. I was hoping that we might outspeed it, but Onix is actually pretty fast despite being made of a pile of rocks. It does miss a Rock Tomb, so we take it to red, and then unfortunately the next turn it does connect with Rock Tomb to take us out. It takes about 5 or 6 attempts before the luck lines up our way. For whatever reason, Onix just chooses not to use Rock Tomb and keeps going with Bind, so we're able to take it out with too much of an issue. We're able to get through Mount Moon pretty easily, avoiding most of the Rock-type trainers. We go ahead and try for the rival fight, and Pidgeotto immediately opens up with Sand Attack and then takes us below half by the time we take it out. From that, unfortunately, Squirtle's Water Gun is able to immediately take us out. For some reason, I think that this would be a good time to try to go to fight Misty, and y'all, it wasn't even worth it to show y'all. We do manage to take out the trainers in the gym, but as soon as we go to fight Misty, we immediately get knocked out. We try this battle a few dozen times because honestly, there isn't much we can do aside from keep trying. Unfortunately, we need to do a decent bit of leveling, and even at level 25, it's still a struggle. We use Takedown on Pidgeotto to take it to yellow, then finish it off with Bite. Squirtle uses Tail Whip, and we use Bite and then Takedown to take it out. Abra can't attack, so it's an easy one-shot. Rattata only uses Quick Attack, so we're finally able to survive the hit, and then take it down as well. From here, we go ahead and do the bridge, go to Bill's, and this is where I kinda mess up, but kinda do the right thing. It's weird. So, in doing all this, I completely forgot about Misty for some reason, and then went to the ship we do a good portion of the ship fights, and then go to fight the rival. The rival starts out with Pidgeotto, and we open up with Bite to take it to half as we get hit with Gust, and then we take it down the next turn. Wartortle's up, and we open up with Takedown to take it below half as it uses Withdrawal, and Bite brings it to red as it uses Withdrawal again before going down. Raticate comes out, and we take it to yellow, get hit with Hyper Fang, then take it out. Kadabra pops out, and we use Ember and get the burn before taking it out to win the ship battle. After grabbing a Diglett at the cave, we did try to head to Lieutenant Surge's gym.
NANI?
Suddenly remember, oh yeah, I have another fight that I still haven't done, and then we go ahead and double back to fight Misty, and guess what? We are still getting wrecked from Water Pulse. We're able to take out Staryu without any problem, but Starmie is able to outspeed and sometimes even just one-shot KO us. From there, we do end up needing to level up more because honestly, we're kind of out of options. We can't get any further in the game and we need to take out Misty. At level 35, we open up a Flame Wheel to test the damage against Staryu and take it to red. We get hit with Water Pulse and take it down next turn. When Starmie comes out, we actually manage to take it out in one shot, and that's when we go ahead and book it back to Surge's gym. Voltorb is out first, and we get Screech and take it down with Flame Wheel. Pikachu comes out, and we also take it out in one shot with Flame Wheel. And then last up is Raichu, and it begins to double team as we use Flame Wheel. That brings it to yellow, and then Raichu uses Shockwave for a decent bit of damage as we take it out and win the third badge. Now that we've taken out both the second and third gym, we can actually get somewhat back on track. So we go ahead through the Dark Cave, then go to fight Giovanni in the casino, and hopefully it'll go easier than what Zapdos did. Onix is up first, so we use Flame Wheel to take it to a little above half, but we do burn it. It's now, at the very least, below half and in the yellows, so we use Dig to essentially buy time before popping up and taking it out. I'm not sure if a regular attack would have been enough to do it if we didn't use Dig. Next up is Rhyhorn, and we use Flame Wheel again to take it to half before getting Scary Faced. We do take it to a Sliver and get Tail Whip before we finish it off with Bite. Last up is Kangaskhan, and we do get Bit, but we Bite for a critical hit, then get Flinch next turn. We get Tail Whipped and switch to Flame Wheel to take it to yellow, get Tail Whipped again, then finish it off next turn for a pretty simple first try victory. Now, I know I said I would be fighting Erica from here on out, but guess what? Muscle memory kicks in, and I immediately hightail it back to Lavender Town. The good news is I at least remember to grab Fly before doing so this way I can at least fly back to Celadon rather than walking. With the rival, it starts with Pidgeotto, and we use Flamethrower to take it out with one shot. Next up is Wartortle, and we open up with Bite to thankfully get the flinch. We swap over to Flamethrower and take it out. Growlithe is next, so we get a critical hit with Bite to take it out. The scrambled eggs are out, and Flamethrower is able to take it out in a single shot. Kadabra is able to be taken down with one bite, and we're able to go ahead and move on from there. Wrapping up the tower, we go to find our way to Erica, and I mean, I think you know how this is gonna go. Each of her Pokemon go down in a single Flamethrower, and we easily take the fourth badge and immediately make our way towards Fuchsia. At Koga's gym, we do go ahead and fight through the trainers, and then go ahead and try to fight the gym leader. Coughing goes down to Flamethrower, and then Muck is the next one out. Flamethrower brings it to a little above half, and it uses Minimize, and we use Bite. Toxic unfortunately connects, and we continue with Flamethrower to take it out. Coughing is next, and we could use another Flamethrower, but honestly, at this point, the poison damage is racking up quick. Wheezing is last, so we use Flamethrower to take it to yellow, get hit with Smokescreen, and this is what ends the attempt because we miss the next Flamethrower. That essentially seals our fate and we lose the battle. The next few attempts are basically the same until we finally get a battle where we don't get poisoned by Toxic. This means that when Wheezing comes out, we actually still have a decent amount of health. However, Sludge does hit hard, we get poisoned, and we get brought all the way down to 3 HP, but we do manage to take it out and win the badge without too much trouble. This is where I think we're going to go ahead and run into a brick wall because we have two options. We can either go try the rival fight at Silphco, or we could go to Blaine's gym. So we end up heading immediately to Silphco to at least give it an attempt. Pidgeot is using Wing Attack to do a decent amount of damage, and a few flamethrowers later, we take it down. Blastoise is next, and we get hit with Water Gun down to 9 HP, and we barely do any damage before we do get taken out. With that being the case, we do go ahead and head to Cinnabar Island and go to try to fight against Blaine. Blaine sends out Growlithe first, and we open up with Flamethrower and take it a little bit below half. The next Flamethrower takes it down, and we manage to actually take down Ponyta as well. However, Rapidash immediately uses Bounce and is able to go ahead and wreck our first attempt. So once again, we're at an issue of not having any choice but to level up. We do have Charcoal with Growlithe, so our Flamethrower does a little bit more, but unfortunately it's just not having quite enough output. So this is the part of the run where we begin going down a rabbit hole of attempts. We tried leveling up a few times, trying Blaine again, and then if that fails, we go ahead and try the Silphco rival fight. Unfortunately, throughout that entire trial and error period, we're not getting any further. However, finally, at level 60, we challenge Blaine, and we take Growlithe down to low red with one Flamethrower. Fire Blast does a small chunk against us, and Blaine heals up as we use Flamethrower again. Blaine doesn't heal this time, and we finish Growlithe off with Bite. Ponyta is brought to yellow, and we get stomped before taking it down. Rapidash comes out, and we use Flamethrower to bring it to yellow. We get hit with Fire Blast again down to yellow. Flamethrower thankfully does enough next turn to take it down. Arcanine is last, and we use Flamethrower, and it misses Fire Blast as we Flamethrower again. Takedown also misses, and a third Flamethrower takes it out to finally win us the battle. Back to Silphco for hopefully the last attempt, but spoiler alert, it takes 3 tries. Pidgeot is now a one-shot, and Blastoise uses Protect multiple times. Flamethrower and Bite are honestly doing about the same, but thankfully Water Gun doesn't crit us this time, so we do actually manage to take Blastoise out. Growlithe goes to red and uses a single takedown to take us to yellow and leaving it with a sliver, so we can go ahead and take it out. Execute gets taken out with a single Flamethrower, and finally it's Alakazam who goes down to a single Bite. I'm honestly a little surprised that we outsped Alakazam, but I'm not going to complain. We can go ahead and book it to Giovanni after a quick heal up, and Giovanni sends out Nidorino first. Growlithe is able to take it out with a single Flamethrower, which I'm pretty thankful for because I'd rather not be poisoned. Rhyhorn also goes down to a single shot, and Kangaskhan uses Fake Out to make us flinch. Flamethrower takes it out one shot, which I am not complaining about because I've been Mega Punched in the face one too many times. Last up is Nidoqueen, and we use Flamethrower to take it to yellow as it Tail Whips, and we take it out on the next turn. Now we can go to Sabrina, who I have to imagine is going to be a cakewalk after the trouble that we've gone through in the recent fights, but there's only one way to find out. Mr. Mime goes down to red with a single Bite, and then uses Barrier as Sabrina heals up. I apparently forgot about Kadabra while writing this script, because it also goes down in a single turn. We use Bite again this time, and we get a high roll on the damage and manage to take out Mr. Mime. Venomoth is out, and we can take it out with Flamethrower. And then last up is Alakazam, who we use Bite against, as Alakazam Calm Minds. Bite takes it to yellow, and we get hit hard by Psychic down to 69 HP before taking it out. Nice. After that, it's time to wrap up the last of the Gym Leader Challenge, and we go ahead and cross our fingers. With Giovanni having Ground-type Pokemon and some Earthquaking monsters at that, we admittedly were gonna have some trouble. Rhyhorn is first, so we're able to take it down with one shot. Dugtrio is next and immediately opens up with Earthquake to take us all the way to 67 HP before Flamethrower takes it down. Nidoqueen comes out. We're not looking great, but we're gonna see what happens. Nidoqueen thankfully goes down to a crit that I'm fairly certain mattered. Unfortunately, though, Nidoking goes to what I have to imagine is 1 HP and then ends us with Earthquake. After about 30 lost attempts, we're at level 70, and Rhyhorn is still thankfully a one-shot. Dugtrio is somehow still outspeeding us, but it doesn't take us out as we finish it off. Now, because of our level, we don't need a crit to take out Nidoqueen. And Nidoking only lived with a sliver a couple levels ago, so it now actually goes down with one shot. Last up is Rhyhorn, and we're able to take it out with a single blast as well. We tried this at level 65, but unfortunately the last Rhyhorn kept surviving, even if we got a high roll on the damage, and it just kept ending our attempts with a single Earthquake, so that's why we leveled up again. After that, we do finally finish off the Gym Leader challenge, and this challenge is so much more challenging, how many times can I say that, than I would have initially thought. After this, we're gonna have to fight the rival one more time before the Elite Four. Pidgeot goes down to a single Flamethrower, and Rhyhorn is also a one-shot, which is good for us. Now the problem Pokemon, being Blastoise, is out. We use Flamethrower for very little damage as it begins rain dancing as we switch to Bite. We do take it to Red, and then a critical hit Water Gun takes us down. After that, we try a few times, but Blastoise using Rain Dance is honestly just wrecking our attempts. It lowers our fire power and ups his own water power, and we finally just have to level up again. At level 75, we're able to take down the first two Pokemon with little problem as usual. Blastoise actually goes down pretty easily this time, but only because we managed to flinch it to bring it to Red. From there, Growlithe and the eggs do go down to a Bite. Alakazam comes out and disables Bite, so we do have to switch to Flamethrower, but by now the Rain Dance is thankfully worn off and we're able to go ahead and take it down. From here, while we're traveling through Victory Road, I wanted to talk to you about a little gym called Pokemon Stadium. I've been thinking about getting some content on there as well, but I was also just curious if that's something you'd want to see. I could possibly do a Nuzlocke or look into maybe doing a challenge run with first form Pokemon. The Pokemon on there cheat, like, a lot, so I would end up cheating, like, a lot, vitamin up all of my Pokemon to the absolute max, probably. And it's just something that I'd like to look into, but I have to know if that would be something that you all would like. I would have to do some homework on it, so don't expect it anytime soon. Also, I'm not going to waste your time because Lorelei is an absolute wall of ice. We can't even get past the Dugong, and Surf is destroying us without a second thought. Finally, at level 85, we can take it down with 2 returns, but Dugong uses Safeguard, which is fine. Cloyster has Paper Thin special defense and goes down easily. Lapras goes down after 2 Flamethrowers and hitting us once with Surf. Slowbro thankfully only uses Amnesia, so it goes down pretty quickly. With Jinx, we bite it, get put to sleep, and get attracted as Jinx begin wailing on us, and I immediately think, okay, this is where our attempt ends. Thankfully, we wake up with about 40 HP to spare, and we do manage to take it out. Bruno is next and sends out Onix first as we use Flamethrower to take it down. Hitmonchan goes to Red with Return and thankfully misses the Sky Uppercut. It gets healed and we take it down a couple turns later. We use Flamethrower when the champ comes out and burn it, making its bulk up essentially worthless, and then take it out next turn. Onix is next and we take it out, and then with Hitmonlee we use Flamethrower and burn it, making us take very little damage from Mega Kick as the burn damage finishes it off. That was a much needed first try victory. Agatha is next and sends out Gengar, and we begin with Flamethrower to take it down. Golbat is also going down to a single attack, and then Arbok is the same. When the next Gengar comes out, it actually outspeeds us and uses Hypnosis, which thankfully misses, and we can take it out with a Flamethrower, and then do the same thing to Haunter, winning the battle after a few attempts. Lance time. Gyarados is first, and we open up a Flamethrower to take it to a little above half. It takes a little while to take it down due to Lance healing, and then Aerodactyl comes out, uses Ancient Power, and somehow naturally gets the Omni Boost. Once again, we're finding ourselves getting wrecked, and for a move that is supposed to be a rare chance to get the Omni Boost unless you have Serene Grace, Aerodactyl keeps getting this so many times. I counted. We tried about 27 times. Aerodactyl got the Omni Boost 15 of those. Tell me how the math is not mathing. We have to level all the way up to level 100, and at level 100 we can take out Gyarados pretty alright. Aerodactyl Hyper Beams and take us slow, but we can finish it off. Dragonite then pops out and also Hyper Beams us right in the face to take us out. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm at level 100, and this is still posing a problem. So, as much as I hate to do this, we do learn Double Team and try from there, because I'm gonna be honest, without Double Team, I don't think this is possible. We're at the highest level that we can be at, and our stats are maxed out, because I did also try just buying a single vitamin of each, and seeing if Growlithe could take those. He can't. After a few attempts, we're double teamed up and we're able to take Gyarados out in a few turns. We're down to 118 HP, but as long as every move misses from here on out, I think we'll be okay. At level 100, we do take Aerodactyl out in one turn, and with Dragonite, we're taking about a quarter of its health as Dragonite safeguards, which is fine because that's just one less move I have to miss. A few flamethrowers and some bites later, we do manage to take it out without being hit. Dragonair is out, and we use Flamethrower as it uses Safeguard, and then we take it down. The next Dragonair goes to red, thankfully misses a Thunder Wave, which is crucial, and then we're able to also go ahead and take it down with the next attack. Last up is the rival fight, and I hope we are ready. Pidgeot is up first, and we can take it out with a single Flamethrower. Rhydon is able to go down due to a crit, and then Blastoise goes down to about half before it retaliates hard with a couple Hydro Pumps and finishes off. It does take more than a few attempts, because Sand Attack naturally is always going to somehow hit us, but we do finally manage to get a decent amount of double teams and take down Pidgeot. Then we're able to go ahead and take out Blastoise because it's still trying to hit us with Hydro Pump, so naturally it misses. Alakazam and Exeggutor go down to a single hit. Arcanine gets hit with a Flamethrower. You thought I wasn't going to say it like that in this video. You're dead wrong. Gets hit with a single Flamethrower and uses Extreme Speed. And then a few turns later, it goes down to finally let us win this just awful run. I'm not gonna lie, with Arcanine being such a powerhouse, I did not think this run was gonna be as difficult as it was. There were a lot of issues that we ran into, and with kind of bad stats, I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna be throwing up next week, but I do know that I'm gonna be starting on a Dustox and Beautifly only run in Pokemon Emerald, and I'm sure it's gonna be rough because, I mean, look at them. They are 3-stage bugs that you find early on. Either way, though, I hope you enjoyed this run, and as always, if you like the video, even if you didn't like the video, think about hitting the like and subscribe button, because it really does help me out. And until next time, everybody, peace out.